So so you're an office boy and CEO.
For now,
yes. Soon to be office boy.
Because yesterday I was at the bank. Today I was at a partnership meeting.
Okay.
So there's a lot happening.
Okay.
In 2 months we've come a long way, alhamdulillah.
So what is the business?
So we are an tech platform, and we facilitate services that expats would need from, moving on to country A to country B in the first year of their move.
When you say facilitate services, you mean currency exchange?
No. So what we offer is visa services. We offer real estate, jobs. So all of that. So for example, say you are, our market right now is India, because, that we realize that young people between ages 25 and say 40, they want to leave India for a lot of reasons. They're not happy with their, standard of living, healthcare, so on and so forth, right? So what we do is we have at Life 2.0, that's what we called, giving them a second chance to living a life which is better, safer, happier. So we facilitate with visas. We tell them that, depending on what their budgets are, we help them with tourist visas, or if they want to come check the vibe of the city, not sure if, they can resonate with Dubai and what Dubai offers. So we ask them to come over, give them an itinerary that they can, be busy with about a week, 14 days, whatever the visa, duration
allowance.
Is. Yeah. And then, so once they're happy with the place and, they think, okay, this is where we want to be, then we help them with real estate, like buying, renting, and then their company formation if people want to, start with having their own company in Dubai. So company formation, visas, real estate, jobs, all of that.
So without sounding like a complete ignorant, what skill level are you looking for when you're looking for applicants or people? What service base? What's the right word? What is your prime customer base for that?
Okay, you mean in terms of industry for job recruitment?
No, I imagine that you don't need labor camp.
We're happy to do that as well, because we've partnered with, we have strategic partnerships with such services, because we're not doing everything on our own. Like I said, we aggregate, services. So we have strategic partnerships with companies that also can hire blue collar, jobs, for blue collar jobs. So so that, in fact, without any marketing, like I mentioned before, we only launched on the 21st of September, and I did a couple of LinkedIn posts and Instagram posts, and we're currently sitting at around 170 odd applicants. And we have applications from like the likes of VPs of brands in India, creative directors, people from aviation industry, hospitality, medical science, and all of that. So the resumes are quite interesting.
So from your perspective, you'd best describe yourself as a recruiter plus?
No, we want to be perceived as a company that basically helps you move from, where you are to another country. Like look for
so your payables, your where the income comes from is from the applicants who submit to you, and you then try to find a station for them, a job, and everything else, or businesses hiring you to find the necessary talent and putting them into a space? These are two very
actually it's a very interesting question, because I know that like with how we sound like a recruitment agency, but that's just 5% of what we're offering. So for example, there's a form. So we have tabs on the website. It says, help me find a job. I want to set up my own company. I want to come invest in a startup, in an existing startup and get a visa. I want to freelance. Or it could say, I don't know, help me understand what I could do. So then we pick up the phone, give them a call, have a consultation with them for about half an hour, understand what their needs are, and then direct them to what, according to their budget, is the best option.
So you're B2C rather than B2B?
We are B2B. Sorry, B2C, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
No worries.
Long day. Yeah.
But I found that very interesting, because I feel like the level of work that you guys need to put in from a B2C perspective needs to be massive. Think about how many applicants you're getting, and to make it worthwhile. I mean, do you charge them a percentage of how? By their salary or by one-time fee, or how?
So honestly, we are not looking into monetizing this from the applicant's perspective. Yes. So the partnerships that we have with different companies, say a recruitment agency. So when we are giving them the talent, then they already have a tie-up with their clients, right? And they're getting, so the standard is 8.33%, and we're going to take half of it. So the applicants are not paying anything to avail these services. We're getting the money, the funds or the commissions. That's a different question. But in terms of our service fee, we're actually taking it from the partners. Yeah.
But if I was in your position, I was running this corporate, I would smaller my scope. I would be very, very narrow, and I would charge applicants a membership fee to enter it, and then I would guarantee them within 6 months to find a position that would be applicable for your CV or for your skill level.
Right.
Because you're stuck between a shitty situation where you have a large amount of applicants coming in and having to review them, and then you still have to sell that to a B2B business, or a business as a potential applicant. So you're stuck in the aspect of, I have to A, take those applicants in, B, I have to make sure that whatever CV is there is also genuine. These people do have that requirement of skill level, yada, 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 and then refer that into a business. Right? And existing companies have great existing recruiters who they have an establishment of trust and everything else with.
Right. So
I'm not trying to tear down your idea or your business or anything like that.
Actually, such questions are basically eye-openers. So we did think about it a lot. In fact, whoever we've spoken to, like I said, we do consultation calls. At the end of every call, the client asks us, okay, how do we pay? What is the fee? Because you've given us a lot of information. To that, we say, listen, it's a free consultation. We're not charging you any money. But in case we do, get a job, also what we need to try and understand is that when we're having such conversations with them and they know that, okay, maybe a job is not the best way to get to Dubai, maybe we can have a freelance visa, take up projects. So there's a lot of cross-selling that happens. And we already have a partnership in place for freelance visas. So we basically bring them to Dubai on a freelance visa. They look for projects. Maybe they can, work temporarily. And then they also rent properties, they rent homes. So we also have a commission there. So that's what it is. And in terms of recruitment, there are a lot of companies out there who say, upload your CVs, and then, we give it 3 months and we're putting it in the pool. But what happens when there are no jobs, right? They're still paying, and then they get a bad review, and then, the whole thing goes down the drain. And we don't want that, because our USP is just saying, hey, listen, we're giving you hope. And if you're, this is what we're offering, and you're, that the little nudge about, okay, I want to move, that's very scary for a lot of people, right? They've been in a country and they're calling it home, and then now they want to move because they're not very happy with what they're doing, what they're making. So, and we have a fully fledged call center and a team back home in India that is constantly, giving them updates like every week, saying, okay, this is how far you've come. This is how much time we probably would need. There's nothing that, and we did have a few callbacks with them in terms of like salary negotiations and all of that. So it's going pretty well. But now, of course, when we scale up, as in when we understand that maybe this is not the right way, and maybe we need to make sure that there's a certain level of screening that the website needs to do on its own, we could then take a step. So, yeah.
I mean, unsolicited advice, it's always best to start high end and then lower.
Yeah.
Just because from a scalability perspective, and it's much easier to pitch a higher price to larger customer and giving them a guarantee or whatever makes them feel safe, and then slowly branch out and go bigger and bigger. There are things that work in Western countries that doesn't work in the Middle Eastern countries.
Yes.
My brother owns a marketing company. He works for Schwarzkopf, ACDC, Volvic Water, yada yada.
Okay.
And just to have a meeting with him, to sit down and have a conversation,
Right.
is 500 euros. That's
Wow.
just to talk to him.
Okay.
Any ideas that are made in that meeting are his ideas.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to use those ideas to fulfill any marketing wish you have, whether it be packaging, event, blah, 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 you have to either buy it off him or use his company to do it. And he's been in business now for close to 40 years.
Wow.
And, he's got his existing customer base. He's built that trust. That's it. There's no real competition because, when you know the president or the vice president or the shareholders, and khalas, you've got that established relationship and you've got that level of trust. And
also what we call Wasta, I guess.
Of course, that's everywhere. West, anywhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so what you're explaining to me, the idea is, how many people do you have on staff at the moment?
11.
11.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that includes marketing, accounts, call center, who else?
Payment department, I guess.
Legal as well.
Legal as well.
Yes.
And your main
sales
and your main focus is India and Dubai. Those are your two.
India is the market that right now we're focusing because that's where people want to move. Just fun fact, about 14 million Indians have given away their passports in the last 3 years.
Okay.
So, they're either going to, obviously Canada is one of their favorite places to go. And then there's Australia and then there's parts of Europe. So, yeah. So people want to move. And we know that because we did research and, we realized that in India and, Indians have a lot of money. And we are targeting HNIs, especially people who want to buy real estate here. So, yeah.
You bring an interesting point. What is the population now in India? Isn't it close to 1 billion now, or
yes,
1 point something billion?
Yes,
right?
1 point something billion.
Yeah. So you're talking about almost 1% of the population, right?
Yeah. And out of which I think more than 50% are in between the age groups of say 25 and 40.
Sure.
Yeah.
But your Gini coefficient in India is massive. The disparity between the rich and the poor is it's huge. It's quite amazing. So I think it's a little bit of a struggle because when you're talking about labor camps or blue collar jobs, it's 300. In Bahrain, I don't know what the price is here, but in Bahrain it's 30 BD, 300 dirhams a month for a bed.
Yeah.
And its salary is usually about 1,000 dirhams.
Okay.
To 1,500 dirhams.
Here it can start anywhere between 800 dirhams, but they take care of your accommodation. So that's a plus. And
they don't take that out of your salary?
No.
Okay.
That's what I've heard. And I think it's too soon for me to comment on this because we've not yet handled any, applicants who are looking for blue collar jobs.
I like the concept and I like the idea. I like that you're not trying to reinvent the wheel, which is always very good.
I think what we're trying to do is there are a lot of such agencies and a lot of such service providers in the UAE, right? But people who are new and who are moving into Dubai, and there are a lot of them moving into Dubai, they need to knock on a lot of doors because you go for your typing somewhere and then you're not sure, you're sitting in your hotel room or your service apartment trying to understand, okay, where can I live? Where in Dubai can I put myself, And then, so we're offering them a package, it's a one-stop shop for someone who wants to move into Dubai. For now, our focus is Dubai and Canada. We're hoping, by end of 2023 to also have Europe and Australia on the portfolio, but for now it's Canada and UAE because we have had partnerships in place in Canada as well. So when you come to Dubai, we literally handhold you for to do with everything: your visas, your homes, everything, your kids' admissions, schools, universities, whatever,
That's a lot of work. And
yes.
I mean, if you're even undercutting the market average of 8% to 4%, how much is left of it that's really worthwhile profitability wise?
But again,
I know you're making a percentage on every nukta, from the house to the visa documents to probably not visa documents, but the
and also what we're doing is we're connecting people who need the service to people who are already giving the service, right? So we're aggregating them, and we're not doing any footwork as Life 2.0. Right. So this is what, so that is why it took us a while to basically zero down on who can be our best partners, because there's so many people out there who are offering these services. So and we're not a marketplace of services. So we've, narrowed down to one service provider for each of these services that we provide, except for recruitment, because more is less in terms of recruitment. So, yeah.
But I'll reiterate my first statement again. I still think the most financially sensible thing is to do it as an exclusive network thing, and then branch out and get bigger and blah 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 blah, and do maybe like a tier system that if you're a VP position, you I don't know, you have to pay this amount. If you're an engineer position, you pay this amount. If you're blue collar, you pay this amount. Have as a tier system so people feel like it's more fair, and that way you can score your revenues from every cycle, because having a phone center and updating people costs money. Having somebody to get the documents done and everything costs money. Having someone to negotiate on properties, even if you're working with somebody who owns a bunch of properties,
of course,
that's still gonna cost money,
right?
And on top of it is that you're become the center point of attention whenever there's a mistake anywhere in that linkage.
Yeah, because we are the face of
exactly. If the property isn't up to snuff, or if there's water leakage, or if it's that, they're not going to contact the landlord first. They're going to contact you first for providing this property.
Okay.
To them. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if I would come to you and you found me this job and this real estate place and this everything else, I've signed contracts. I'm now stuck in this house, and there is problems. And the landlord doesn't reply to me, and it doesn't get fixed, and all this other shit.
Okay.
Who do you think I'm gonna?
I hope not. I mean,
do you get what I'm saying?
I know one name that I don't have to, call back if you ever apply on Life 2.0.
But do you get what I mean?
Yeah, but thankfully, that's not happened because I assume that the maintenance companies are doing their job pretty well with real estate. So I hope that doesn't happen. But if it does, I know what you mean. So, well, I mean, we've already, got into the whole point of like setting this up, and I think we learn as we go, because we've not started marketing yet, and whatever you've suggested is a part of the plan when we start marketing, because whatever we're sitting at right now, which is 170 odd applicants, this is with zero marketing. It's just like a couple of
word of mouth.
Yeah, and also like
LinkedIn.
Yeah, that's about it. So when we start marketing, we have the whole like narrative, the whole story telling kind of thing with the whole marketing plan, so which we're gonna execute maybe inshallah in the next 2 weeks.
I mean, you've got a bunch of different concepts and ideas on how to make that correctly structured. My concern obviously would be, if you were talking to me as an investor, my concern would be what the ROI perspective of that would be. What is the functionality of it? Similar services do exist in the industry. I know that recruiters usually, especially if it's a higher end level recruiter, like looking for a VP, looking for a CEO, looking for whatever, that becomes very dominant about who you know in the industry. Can you convince the CEO to leave that company to the just company?
Right.
You know what I mean? For blue collar jobs or labor and stuff like that,
Yeah.
Right. So that's not too difficult. I mean, I run a factory, and if I want to hire more labor for a factory, stuff like that, it's so easy. Right. And I don't know where that service would be required for me. If I would do something very specific, let's say I needed, I don't know, a server engineer, right? I might then choose to use your service.
Yeah.
On the other hand, I would maybe potentially work with a consultancy business that has server engineers on hand, and that I would just then hire. So that's what my concern would be.
Yeah, and that is what exactly we've done. We've partnered with recruitment agencies that serve a lot of industries, like diverse industries. It could be anything from aviation to engineering to, so we don't have to literally sit and like screen resumes. We do the first level of screening, and then if we see that, okay, the job description matches the CV, and then we send it forward. So for now, that's what we've been doing. But I think as and when we start our marketing and then the applications grow, we definitely will have a better screening process, and then, maybe have a few website updates and stuff like that.
I mean, I would say to you, you should, failing to prepare is preparing for failure. You want to make sure that you have as much checks and balances in place.
Yeah.
Because it only takes one tarnishment of your reputation to be in real shit.
Yeah.
Especially if if people are applying for jobs on CVs that you cannot verify that they have the degree, or cannot verify that they are without issue. Right.
For that, we have a KYC in place.
Okay.
Yeah, we already have a KYC in place.
Okay.
You need to send us your degrees to basically verify if, you're not bullshitting on your CV. So.
And do you have also a criminal department as well?
Yeah, legal. Yeah. We verify if this person can leave the country. They're not involved into. Yeah.
Outstanding arrests or anything like that.
Yes, absolutely. Because UAE is very strict when it comes to all of that, right?
It just takes one.
Yeah, one bad.
To really poison you.
Yes, and we live, in the world of reviews. So one bad review, and so we're obviously going to be extremely cautious about that.
I think you should really consider for your marketing campaign. Again, I'm sorry, I don't mean to give you this list of advice. Forget it.
No, please feel free, because like I said, first of all, I'm a first generation female entrepreneur, and the resources are quite.
I love that marketing. I love it.
So
my eyes roll. Does that work? Come on, does that pitch work a lot?
What? No, I mean, it's not even
first generation female CEOs.
Why? But that's a fact. It's a
fact.
Yeah, but it does work a lot, because we're in a world of female empowerment, luckily, and I think it should work. If it's not already working, it should work. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't like the idea of using your gender as a pretext.
Actually, actually that's a good point, but there are a lot of places where female is prefixed in a lot of other places, and that then turns a news into breaking news, and why not?
You work in sales, by the way, right?
Yes, I'm a salesperson.
I can tell.
Yeah. I've been doing it for over a decade. So, yeah.
Repeating the questions back and statements back to the client. Yeah.
No, understanding and cross-selling and achieving my targets and making more commissions. Why not?
Hey, I'm all for it. But yeah, so your first generation female CEO, were your parents big into business or not so much?
No. They like I said, my dad worked with oil and gas. So he worked with Halliburton for about 45 years. And my mom was a teacher. So, is a teacher.
You worked with Alba?
Halliburton.
Oh, Halliburton. I thought Alba. I was like, oil and gas and Alba?
Alba, I thought was a watch company.
No, Alba is an aluminium company.
Oh, no.
Okay.
No. Halliburton. Okay.
And they came... How do they find themselves in the Middle East? Why not anywhere else in the world? Australia, for example, or US?
So dad got transferred. He was at the Washington office. At the time, Dick Cheney was a part of Halliburton, and then he was then transferred to Saudi, and then to Bahrain, and then to Kuwait, and then to Oman, and to Dubai. So yeah.
My dad was in Shell.
Okay. So, okay.
What a small world.
Yeah, you understand the pain. Moving schools, new friends. It was just very weird. So, yeah. And that is what I resonate with Life 2.0. And then we're also, doing a little community building of sorts, because when expats come into a new country, they're so lonely and they don't have people to meet or talk to. And how much can you go to a mall or eat outside, right? So we're also
Is there
offering...
anything else in Dubai other than those two things?
No. That's why we're also offering like a community build, like a community wherein, we put these guys in a room and say, why don't you be friends? Because I'm sure you have the same pain points. What schools to send your kids, where to hang out, what to do, plan activities together, all of that. So
if I was, God, I don't mean to give unsolicited advice. Sorry.
No, please. I
used to work as a consultant in the US, so I feel like it's like almost like a rattlesnake. Like it can be like, oh no. Having my brain constantly
I'm only
bored.
learning from all of this, so don't worry.
Take your clients or your existing clients and do once a month, choose a bar and do an invite where you're constantly building that networking connection. One of the biggest failures in business is that they don't take care of their suppliers. They don't take care of their existing customers. Yes. And so ensure that at least once a month, you don't have to like go to the most expensive bars. You can go to like a dive dump as long as it's like
just putting all of them together in a room. Right.
And you're just treating it nicely. You don't have to go crazy. You can say first drink is on us guys, blah blah blah. But you're building that connection. You're building that relationship. It's one of the things businesses don't do, and they fuck up on number one. Number two, you're a presenter. You've been on camera. You know how it works on camera.
Right.
Do content involving how to get jobs. Do content involving how to write a CV. Do content like that. That's very SEO friendly. Maybe on your website have a system where you can just input data and it puts it together as a formulated CV. You're going to get a lot more SEO and searches than through that way.
Right.
And these are the avenues that you can really hit on target to really branch out and build yourself in a bigger sphere.
I'd love to. So all of this is a part of the plan. I'm absolutely loving how you're sharing, and we know we're doing something right. Okay. I'm going to share, so right now we're not even a quarter old. So once we are about 6 months and we've started marketing, I will definitely reach out to you and tell you how we're doing. Yeah, because all of this.
Know if that's a compliment
No. It's not because like you've been suggesting some great things and
it's almost like it used to be my job to do things.
You were a consultant, so it was.
I thank you for repeating back my statements to me. I appreciate it.
So yeah, I definitely let you know how where we're at. And yeah. And about the website, what you said is already, a plan in place. But for now, we're collecting as much data as we can because, it just helps us understand what kind of people want to move and what's the number.
And so my last piece of advice, take it or leave it.
Are you sure it's the last one?
I promise you, I'm not going to say any more of it. Go and register your firm in Nevada. It costs you about $100 is what? 500?
400 dirhams.
So it costs you about 400 dirhams to register your corporation in the US. That way you can introduce yourself to clients as a US company and not an Indian company and not the UAE company. And that'll give you a whole different approach with clients than saying, hey.
Okay.
And the reason I'm suggesting this to you, I have so many people on the show who've come on and said, either they registered with dual licensing as a CR both in Bahrain and the US. And if you're worried about taxation from the US, that isn't an applicable problem since you have two CRs and you can move cost from one into profit from another. And so you don't have to worry about any kind of taxation.
Okay.
Main two reasons is obviously for clients, when they hear US company, it's much more prestigious.
Value add.
Than UAE. And the second reason is if distribute problems with partnerships. Because when it's legally registered only in Bahrain, it's about who has the most wasta.
Right.
In the UAE, who has the most wasta?
Right.
My cousin, my uncle, blah, 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 is this.
Yeah.
It's a US registry. You know?
Yeah.
There's not going to be a lot of wiggle room.
Yeah. Your last advice was is has some great
Hitting the nail on the head. Yeah. Appreciate it.
But are you sure this was the last one? Maybe you're getting better at it.
No. Getting better? So the last one wasn't great? Jesus
you're getting better with every advice that you're giving me. So
that's it. I'll age like a fine wine. Keep them in the back burner.
Okay, but yeah, this is a great idea. We should think about it. But again,
you can do that today. It takes this much paperwork.
Yeah, but again, because we're saying that we're a Dubai-based company and we're selling. So, what is our product? Our product is Dubai.
Sure.
And if you're based in the US, selling Dubai, it just doesn't. So we could probably do that when we have Europe and we have no. You don't think so?
I know a person.
Or maybe you don't know so.
Their company value was $50 million.
Okay.
Until they announced that they're a Bahrain company and the valuation went down to $10 million.
Oh, no.
Overnight. And not even overnight. I think it happened like within the hour.
Oh.
Yeah. So.
As bad as crypto.
As bad and worse. So, yeah. I mean, it's just a whole level of different prestige where you can say, yeah, we have an office in Dubai and our headquarters is in the US. That's a whole different...
Maybe regional office in Dubai and headquartered in the US. Yes.
I'm sure either you have training in marketing or one of your colleagues or partners or whatever.
Yeah.
They can rephrase the copy or the wording. So,
okay. I thought I'm going to take it from the show, but no.
But yeah.
Okay.
So tell me more about yourself.
I mean, this is such an open-ended question. Can you be more specific?
Well, what do you want to talk about? Aliens,
No.
victimization, womanhood, manhood, LGBT, whatever you want.
What else can we talk about? I'm just so concerned about, like, I'm already tired and you've just been doing this since 8 a.m. So are you okay?
Yeah,
How many Red Bulls have you had?
I drink around 6 coffees a day.
Okay.
Yeah. Nice. Plus, it gets into a routine after a while.
Yeah.
And you'd be surprised at how often I hear the same issues.
Oh.
Quite frequently, yeah. Yeah.
How about then you change your questions and maybe we'll talk about something different.
Well, I just asked you about yourself.
Okay. So, I'm Indian and no, I think you should cut that. It just came out like it's a negative, but no. So, right. I was born in India and, and then I've, because of my dad's nature of job, we did move about a lot. And I think... Are
you a single child?
No, I have 2 brothers.
Okay.
So 3 of us, had to move different schools and we were never at a same place for more than 2.5 years. And we would have to leave midterm and then catch up, in another school. So that was difficult. And I thought, oh my God, what a life. And now when I look back at it, I feel like that is what, the exposure, we literally had the opportunity of making friends with so many, diverse cultures. And we already were in that run for, diversity, right? So, and then did that for a bit till I was in school. And then I started work very early. I wanted to actually beat my dad at, when he started working. So he started when he was 18. I started when I was 17.
So you were very career focused and orientated then?
Yes. I feel like if you're not hungry, you're not living.
Okay.
I'm extremely ambitious. And that is when, and I wanted to do something on my own for a very long time. And finally, now is the I started. So yeah, extremely ambitious, very hungry, I set goals like every year. So my goals change. and so, love chasing them on. And
your priority is for you more family or more career? Career by the looks of it.
No, I think I have a pretty good balance at it.
I don't know.
To date. I'm saying. So, priority changes. Well, for example, like say somebody's ill and like sick in the family, I'd probably attend to that and, give this a little break. So it all depends. And if I have a deadline, maybe I can't see my family for about 2 to 3 days because I'm working on a very tight deadline. So it always changes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this is the interesting part to me is that at 17, you wanted to compete with your dad because you felt that you didn't want to be like your mom. I'm assuming your mom was a stay-at-home mom.
No, she was also working.
She was also working.
Yeah, she's actually a double. She's basically done her master's, and she is a teacher.
Okay.
So yeah, she also dealt with autistic kids. So yeah,
good for her.
Yeah.
God bless.
Yeah. So with my dad, it was about, because he always kept telling us, I started really early. I started at a young age. You know how dads can just go on and on and on about a couple of things. So that was his, way of saying, okay, so this is what I've accomplished. And I was like,
are you the oldest?
Yes. So I'm like, hey, listen, why don't I beat my old man at this? And, I started when I was 17. So start taking jobs, and I write a lot actually. So I started with writing jobs, and yeah, that went on. And then I got into my journalism stint. That lasted for about 4 years. And then in Bangalore, that's where I'm from. And then I moved to Delhi, worked there. And then I came to Dubai and in 2000, I came back to Dubai in 2011. And that's when I started working with like industries like media. So I've done sales in media. I worked with brands like Leeds Times, Gulf News, Hot Media, all of that. So I sold everything that media could offer. Then I moved into payments, actually events after. So I did events, youth events, and then I moved to payments.
And how did you find events? You moved for a reason, I assume.
Yeah, because then I thought, okay, there's nothing much that I can learn in this job.
It wasn't profitable?
It was. But again, I feel that when I'm not learning, there's no growth. So I'd done papers, I'd done radio, I'd done outdoor, I'd done digital, private jet magazines. So there was nothing left for me to learn about, in terms of the media sales. So then I moved to events, and then, you had to sell partnerships and sponsorships and all of that. So that was interesting because for me, it's about numbers, right? I always wanted to get be into sales. So yeah, and commissions were great. So yeah, and then payments. And yeah, that's what it is.
And your 2 other brothers also here with you in Dubai?
No, they're back home in India.
Doing...
my kid brother has done his MBBS, and now he's preparing for his master's, and he wants to get into management. And the other one has done his engineering, and he's
very Indian.
Yeah, one doctor, one engineer. I was like, keep me away from this rat race. So the other one,
talk about being an entrepreneur. Yeah, sure, like that's not a rat race. Yeah, go on. Tell me about that. How you work 7 days a week.
Remember when I said first generation entrepreneur? Yeah.
Wait till you tell me. I feel like I'm eating glass every day. Yeah.
Yeah, I hope not. Please don't scare me anymore. I mean, it's already a roller coaster, right? One day is different from another.
Forget routine. That's out the window. And it hasn't hit you yet, because you've only like a few months in.
It has. It has hit me. Trust me on this. It has.
When you start meeting your staff's children, that's when it there's a huge. Then you're like. Fuck me.
So the best part is they're all in India. So my team is in India. And so I don't have to meet their kids.
Just be in denial. Yeah. When
we're going to bring your kids to office day.
Okay.
Yeah. Is that another piece of advice?
No, I'm not. I told you, I'm going to let it sit and brood. Go let it work itself out. But yeah. Okay. So you're 2.5 months into it. Your family does. Your dad, oil and gas. Mom, teacher. Brother, doctor. Brother, engineer.
That's very difficult to remember, but
cool. And you've never felt to do anything in oil and gas?
No, not really.
Was the money not good?
Well, I didn't try.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, back in the day, the money was amazing.
Yeah, I didn't try.
Welders, by the way, make a lot of money. I think about that fact a lot. Welders make crazy money.
My dad was into finance, so it was, accounting, payroll, the money side of things. So yeah. I didn't really. I actually tried aeronautics for a while. I did a diploma in aeronautical engineering, but I was like, no, this is not for me.
Yeah.
No.
Well, you didn't like the numbers or the imagination or the.
No, it was the physics.
Okay.
I mean, I just couldn't get the head and tail of it. Like, I just couldn't.
Is that a pun? Okay. So no engineering. And how did this idea came about? You just were like what, sitting on the couch one day and
about Life 2.0?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is an interesting story. So I have a lot of people shipping themselves to Dubai very often, right? And they would just call me up. Yeah, and message me and call me up and say, hey, how can I go about this? And I'm like, okay, this is what you do. And they're like, hey, thanks. I mean, there was a lot of footwork and we didn't know we were lost. And this has been happening time and again and time and again. It's been 10 years to that. And then it so happened that my co-founder, he moved to Dubai. Okay. And when he moved to Dubai, it was literally like a hand-holding kind of experience for him, wherein so he basically got in touch with this company formation. I don't want to take names, but this company formation entity. And they said, okay, this is the activity that best describes your then business, whatever he was into. And he couldn't open a bank account for about a year because apparently it was under the high risk category. And so he spent about 70,000 dirhams for nothing. And when I told him about where, things went wrong, and then we were just sitting and having a chat about it, and he said, how many people do you help like this? And I was like, quite a lot of them. And he's like, did you think about monetizing this? And I was like, no. And then we were just sitting and, having a chat.
And you still aren't.
What?
And you still aren't. Because you're not monetizing the people that you're coming into. You're monetizing the business
that
we're curing it. Yeah.
Yes. Because I think I'm going to change the narrative a little bit after this talk we had. But yeah, honestly speaking, we are thinking about it because the numbers are great. We are thinking about it. But for now, I feel the more applicants that come into, because it's a service industry and word of mouth is extremely crucial for us at this point. Maybe if we're 6 months into the business
yeah, absolutely, that's great. 10,000 applicants and you found 10 people a job. That's going to be fantastic.
No, but that's not the only thing we're doing. We don't want to pose ourselves as a recruitment agency. And we're not promising them jobs. We're just saying that we're going to help you. So if it happens, it happens. I mean, that's the first thing that we tell them, that, hey, listen, we're not...
the flights as well?
Yeah.
Okay, so really, and taxis too?
Yeah. Airport
Jesus.
pickup. Really, yeah. So I'm telling you, all you need to do is pack your bags, land into the Dubai airport, tell us what terminal, and give us your flight number. We're going to pick you up from the airport, drop you into your service apartment, hotel, whatever, because we have booked those service apartments and hotels.
You got kids or you got a husband? There's no way that your parents are not shitting on you right now.
No, so I'm married.
Yeah.
It's been 6 years.
Okay.
So, yeah.
And you don't have kids yet?
No.
Okay. Because doing this while having kids is going to be a disaster. Okay.
So yeah, pick them up, drop them to the hotel, and then give them their itinerary, and then, show them places they want to rent or buy. So all of that. And also then put them into like a community where they can, feel that, oh, this is a family, and, we can talk to them or whatever. So all of that, everything from A to Z. In the first year of your move, obviously, because after that you're settled and, you don't need that kind of hand-holding.
Okay. And how did you source your investment from?
Currently, we're bootstrapped.
Okay.
Yeah. And we're looking for investors actively. Mm-hmm. We've had a couple of conversations, but unfortunately, the vision that we both have as co-founders...
It's a business and a marriage.
No. My co-founder is not my husband.
Okay.
Yeah. a friend.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know why you said it in such a weird way.
No, because it's just so unfair because you thought that, it's a husband and wife partnership. So
I haven't heard of any husbands and wives partnerships that ended
I should tell you a lot of them.
That ended well?
That are going on well. Yeah.
I don't
like in terms of work, right? Yeah.
I don't believe that for a second.
Okay. The one name that comes to my mind right now is Sugar Cosmetics.
Of course.
Because I met her very recently. She's amazing. And she was talking about, in fact, the panel, she was a part of the panel. And one of the questions was, how do you manage your family and husband and, work, and you both work together? And she said something that just stayed with me. And she said, why do you have to manage any of it, right? And at work, we're colleagues, and at home, it's a different relationship. So, yeah. Are you thinking about your next question?
No, I'm just letting that statement stew.
Okay. So yeah, my co-founder is a friend. My ex-colleague, we worked in Delhi together. Mm-hmm. And yeah.
And your husband does?
He works with a media company. He works with Times of India.
So you're going to use your husband's, I guess, media arm with experience to help push your media arm on this business, no? You want to use your local resources.
Yeah, well, honestly speaking, a lot of my partnerships and a lot of my work that has happened currently with Life 2.0 is because of my network.
Of course.
And especially over LinkedIn, because I've got such tremendous help from people. I mean, I just had to send them a message saying, hey, listen, I think I'm stuck somewhere. Do you think you can connect me to somebody because I see a lot of mutual connections. Do you think this person would be able to help me out?
That's old sales. That's sales coming out right there.
No, but thankfully it did, because it really helped for me. And
your
really
network is your net worth.
Yes, yes. My co-founder had said this: who are we? A sum total of all the network that we have. So. Yeah, that's something to take away.
Okay. And you've been so you've already resigned from your old job? Or?
Yes, I have.
Okay, so you're all in now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Full-time with Life 2.0 since September 1st.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and you haven't hit up your family, extended family, for funding for the firm?
No, I haven't. Not yet.
Too much pride, or?
No, it's not that. I was I wanted to take the conversation to. I know Friends and Family has worked with a lot of big brands that we know today in terms of investment, but I wanted to take the concept to them when we had something to talk about, right? But right now we are done with all the partnerships, and now I can have that conversation with them. So now we're ready to have those conversations.
Is the site live and everything else?
Sorry?
Is the website live?
Oh, yes, since the 1st of September. Mm-hmm. And that's how we got the forms. Mm-hmm. I mean, the clients.
1st of September?
Yeah.
Okay, because you said it was founded on 21st of September.
No, the website is live from the 21st of September. You're right. Yeah. Sorry about that. So retake.
Okay.
You're a good listener.
Yeah. Comes with a job.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah. So we went live on the 21st of September, and that's how we have all the database.
Is this really what you want, though?
I do. I've not wanted anything else as badly as I wanted to do this. Okay. Be an entrepreneur. Yeah. Yeah. I think I'm made for this stuff. Yeah. I know you said it's not hit me yet, but
it's not just that.
I think I'm just standing there and saying, "Bring it on." So
not that. I mean, there's multiple things about entrepreneurship. You're reaching to exceed your grasp for what else is heaven for. You're battling constant demons. Everything else kind of falls to the wayside. You become just that one individual. Everything else falls away. Especially it demands such a high level of not just excellence,
commitment
that everything else it's like a trade with the devil. And you don't even guarantee that you make it. That's the worst part of it. Like everything else falls to the wayside. Not going to Christmas with family, spending birthdays with clients. Everything else kind of dissipates.
Revolves around the work. Yes.
And if that's like what brings you joy, and you can accept that as being your identity and seeing I am that, then that's fine. But if you're sitting here and saying, hey, you know what? I want to have best of both worlds. Some people manage it, but most people.
Well, I'm aiming at being the latter.
Everyone loves to have everything.
Yeah. For now, things have been extremely busy. But again, it's amazing how I've not had like a bad day, because till now I think we've not encountered that kind of negative, but I know there will be days when I just want to maybe hide in a corner and cry, but
it's not so much that you just like you start eating it yourself, and you think to yourself, hey, you know what, is this worth the effort? I'm not seeing the results that I want.
But you know what the best part is? I've been doing sales. So that has already happened. There are months when you don't meet your target and you feel like shit. So I have maybe been preparing myself for this. So,
the difference in sales is that you're guaranteed dividends, right? And in this position, you guaranteed nothing, because even if if your target is, let's say, 10 sales or whatever to break even, you hit 8, not only are you fucked, but everyone on your staff is fucked, right? So that's the thing that really drives you, and then you're stuck between a hard position of do I grow, do I invest in this, do I rather do that, and every decision kind of like weighs on you and weighs on you and weighs on you. So it's not an easy process. It's never been like a place that no one has. Anyone who tells you that being an entrepreneur is easy, they fucking lie to you, because you work 80 hours to not have to work 40. So and you get none of the securities or benefits.
Yes. It's all true. I completely agree, but again, I feel
sorry for being doom and gloom.
No. It's a reality check, right? If not anything. So I understand all of these problems, but I think I already was preparing myself for it. So for now, I am in the best of my energies, and I'm just so positive. So as and when maybe there is a challenge, I'm sure I'll.
And you're what, 28?
I'm 36.
You're 36? Well, you don't look it.
Thank you. Thank you.
And you're expecting to see where? Let me rephrase it. You're expecting to be able to hit Canada by what? Your 40th birthday, your 39th birthday?
Hit Canada in terms of the market that we're servicing. We already have partnerships in place in Canada.
Okay.
UAE and Canada for now. So by the time I'm 40, I think that the aim is to at least bring about 500,000 people to wherever they want to be settled into. So maybe in the next 4 years, that's my vision.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's what we aim to do with Life 2.0. Just bring at least 500,000 people from, say India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Sudan, Philippines, wherever, to say like a UAE, obviously is priority. US, Canada, parts of Europe, wherever they feel like they want to be.
Are you not concerned with the dogmatic narrative that's occurring now in the GCC about nationalization?
Yes.
Emiratization, Bahrainization, Saudiization.
Yeah.
Because that affects you.
Yes, it does. It does. But again,
Canadization as well.
Yeah, but again, but there's only a certain percentage that is
for now
expected. Yeah, for now. And then we probably shift, our focus to other countries. Yeah. Say maybe a Canada or Australia.
So does it not make more sense to focus your energy rather than in Canada and Australia than it is in...
But it's not as easy as coming to Dubai, because Dubai is like welcoming people with open arms right now.
For now.
Yeah. I mean, making till about say 5 years ago, nobody knew what golden visas were, and now with just an investment of about say 1.5 million dirhams, you get a golden visa, and it's valid for 10 years. So things are also moving in the positive here in Dubai. So, we're just hoping.
We sorry I didn't mean to look away, and I'm still listening. We just had Dr. Mansoor. That was the guy who walked past here.
Hey, what's his second name? Ali?
Dr. Mansoor.
He does this fashion stuff with.
Oh
yeah, I know this guy. That's what I was thinking. He looks very familiar.
Yep.
He does all these fashion events, right?
Yep.
And yeah. I know the guy.
He's talking about that there's more Emiratization coming.
Oh, okay. That I didn't know.
Well, I'm telling you now.
Yeah.
Said it on the show itself.
Yeah.
So be forewarned. But yeah, you wanted to connect. I can give you his details.
No, I am connected with him, and I'm just gonna maybe drop him a message saying, hey, I just because I just kept thinking, where did I
thought you were looking at me funny when I was walking past.
No, I was just trying to put his face, and I was like, where do I know this guy from? So now that you mentioned, yeah.
Okay.
So about Emiratization,
no, I mean, so you did beauty fashion on the Lifestyle magazine, or how did you guys then know each other?
No, we got connected on LinkedIn, and then we spoke about a couple of, like I said, when I was doing events, we spoke about a couple of sponsorships for his events. So that's how we got connected. Yeah.
I think he mentioned to me that he's struggling finding sponsorships for events. Which I don't. I mean, maybe doesn't have a good sales team. From what I understood from events and stuff like that, especially when it's beauty and stuff like that.
Yeah, and Dubai is the place to be for such events.
I don't know what to tell you. So I find it very strange that there's no beauty, makeup, eyelash, whatever business or fashion who would want to sponsor the event or put cash in it.
Okay, has he probably spoken? I don't know, maybe if he has, but Huda Beauty? I mean,
pardon me?
Huda Beauty?
I don't know. If that's the name, that's the name. Okay.
Oh, how do you not know Huda Katan? I mean, okay, so she basically owns this brand called Huda Beauty, and she's she's a beauty mogul. I know, but you do a lot of shows
interviews
and speak
shows
to people, so
yeah,
I think you should just look her up. Yeah.
When Dan comes.
Yeah. So maybe he can speak with her.
But
why we do?
Yeah, but for me, I know Chanel, Armani,
but this is a makeup brand. I'm sorry, I
of course. I mean, all the time. Of course. What was it? Huda Matahari? Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Yeah. Of course.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so any other plans other than this business? Are you going to go into anything else?
For now, this is my focus. Maybe, for now, I can't say much. But
no kids, I assume then?
No. I mean, I don't have plans for it right now.
Okay.
But maybe someday, inshallah, in the near future.
The clock is ticking. How long are you gonna? I mean, come on.
Why do you sound like a bunch of old ladies in India?
Yeah.
The clock is ticking.
Clock is ticking.
No, I don't want to listen to that on the show.
Hey, that's part of the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it is what it is. So maybe inshallah, but I'm not saying no.
If you don't want kids, you don't want kids. You don't have
No.
kids.
I'm not saying no. Of course, I would love to have kid single. Kids, no.
You said it almost
No. So I have to correct myself. Kid, I would love to have one, but
I'll give you an instant replay. Kid.
With that expression?
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Full of venom and vile. Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're not big into kids. That sounds weird. You don't feel like going to have kids.
Okay. Well.
Okay.
This
is a podcast. I'm trying to learn about you. We talked about your business.
Yeah. So I can't say I'm not into kids, but I am. I mean, I find them cute. But you don't know till you have one of your own if you're into it or not. I mean, into them or not. Sorry about that. So...
This is an old sales trick again.
No. So I'm open to the idea, but I think for now my focus is.
I think girls can be into kids. I think when guys are into kids, that's an issue. I think that's a problem.
So can I ask you the same thing? Like, so you married? Do you have kids?
Nope. I don't have any kids. I'm not married.
Okay.
I don't know if I want.
But the clock is ticking.
For me, it ain't. Biology, I got the lucky gender. I rolled the dice and won it life.
Oh, don't say that.
Absolutely.
Okay. Your female listeners are gonna take offense. Lucky gender, that's not
absolutely the lucky gender.
Fine.
Absolutely.
Okay.
We get less life expectancy, sure. We die younger. We do stupider stuff. We get less mature. We don't have the same amount of emotional connections.
Okay.
But I still think.
Okay, is that your portrayal on men? Are you generalizing it? Because you said we.
Yeah, I'm generalizing it. Okay. I don't think I'm pushing the envelope too hard by saying that men do not express as much emotions as females. I don't think that's especially in our culture.
So you're not talking about man babies.
But are man babies expression of emotions to other men?
No.
Or
women.
To women, right?
Yeah.
And that's not. I don't doubt that doesn't exist. But I'm not a female, so I've never been in that situation of witnessing a man baby or their trauma or their tantrums.
Okay, so you're away from the drama, away from the gossip. So that's why you can call yourself the lucky gender.
That's why I can call myself a lucky gender.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure if we would switch genders for a day, you would not want to switch back.
No, I don't want to switch genders for a day. I'm very happy being a woman.
I'm telling you. I won the dice at life.
No.
There's
no.
It's amazing.
No.
Absolutely. Okay. You don't have to be worried to get pregnant. You don't have to worry.
I'm still not worried to get pregnant. I said that. And you reminded me about the whole, the clock is ticking.
No, I'm talking about like as throughout your entire life.
Okay.
Not at this particular moment in your life.
There's so many women who are worried about being mums and then unfortunately they can't conceive or they don't conceive when they wanna. So everything's
feels like irony, doesn't it?
Everything's destiny, right? Yeah, they've been trying for years and months together, and then each time they're on their period, their world comes crashing down, and they're devastated, and they feel like maybe I'm not worth it, and all of that self-questioning.
Can you just get like
IVF.
IVF.
Yeah, but sometimes even that doesn't work for a couple of them, and IVF is extremely expensive.
Okay, and what about a surrogate?
Do you know in many parts of the world it's illegal?
Is it illegal here? I don't know.
Here I've not heard of surrogacy, but I know that in India it's illegal now.
It's illegal now because the reasons why. Some of the orphanages, it's crazy.
Yeah, but surrogacy and orphanages?
Yeah, because they would give the surrogate mom multiple eggs.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very common that for them to have triplets or twins.
Okay.
But the family only wants one.
Okay,
so they send the other two kids then into an orphanage.
Wow.
Hey, India has wild stuff happening like left, right, and center. But yes, there's orphanage of like a rainbow. Where you have like kids of literally every orientation and color.
That's so sad.
That's so crazy. Are you joking? And they all speak Hindi. So you have like a ginger like speaking Hindi. You have like a Chinese kid speaking Hindi. It's not amazing. It's crazy.
But again, it's so sad that they don't want to take all of their kids and they just want one because, they're just
they paid for one. They want one. Maybe the mom says if you want two, you have to pay double, and they're like, you know what, we don't have the money.
No, that's not what it is. I mean, I don't know the business, so I don't want to go.
Yeah, you don't want to explore it. You don't want to see the financial liabilities of it.
No, so it started with my pregnancy, and now it's gone to surrogacy. No, I think I'm gonna stay away from this topic.
Well, I don't know. There's no need to be worried.
So yeah.
So surrogate moms, no, yes, maybe. No, we were talking about lucky gender. I'm saying that because guys, they can have children when they're 90. Yeah, that's not. We don't have a clock particularly ticking on our end.
Yeah, but what about the quality of the sperms?
So you just have to do it more. I don't see that.
When you're 90?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. There's.
And who you going to do with? Because
I think it's an income thing, right?
Ah.
I don't think that's ever been the issue in human history, has it?
okay, I've learned a lot of things on your show today.
Yeah?
Yeah, I have.
Oh, come on. What are you talking about? You work in sales. You telling me you've never seen an old dude with like a young girl?
I have.
There we go. Is it uncommon?
Not really. Yeah.
So 2 points for me.
So Hamad 2, Noorain 0. Okay. Okay. This sounds like a World Cup score, but yeah.
Well, did India even go to the World Cup?
Who?
India?
No.
No. It's weird. India and China, for some reason.
Yeah.
Considering how large the population is, that they can't put together like a team of 11.
Well, I'm hoping in the next World Cup we will have the team.
They say that everywhere.
Oh shit, is this statement beaten to death?
Yeah.
Okay, then I will just...
I mean, with 1 billion people, there must be 11 who are good at football.
Yeah.
Or you don't think there's money in it?
No. I mean, now things in India about sports is getting better.
I mean, cricket. I mean,
yeah.
Imran
cricket.
Khan became prime minister because of his popularity as a cricket player. Was it Imran Khan?
That was Pakistan.
Yeah, Pakistan.
Yeah.
I mean, it was the same country prior to 1947.
Yes.
And I'm sure there is okay, I can give you a better example. The governor of, is it Bombay? He was a former musician who did the song Disco Dancer.
Bapi Lahiri?
I think so.
Not sure.
You've never heard the song Disco Dancer? Disco Dancer.
No, I haven't.
What have you been doing with your life? What has been going on?
Studying.
Yeah? Clearly not.
We didn't have TV time.
Okay.
So all we were allowed to watch TV was between 2 and 3 after school, channel 33, because there were cartoons on air at the time, and that's about it.
When I was growing up, in Saudi, we only had black and white. You think I'm joking?
Oh no!
Yeah. Well, this was where I grew up in the age of religious police was like they were there to fist you, and I grew up on like Three Stooges, I Dream of Jeannie, Addams Family. So for the earliest childhoods I have in my mind, there's all black and white, black and white, black and white.
Okay.
And then when we had satellite, when I was much older, like, I don't know, 10, 12, something like that, then it was only Discovery Channel.
Okay.
So Discovery Channel, and that's it.
That was Thursday night for us because Channel 33 aired a Bollywood film.
Yeah.
And if it was a romantic film, then it was Discovery Channel.
Halfway through the movie, so you never know how it ended.
Maybe in the first 15, 20 minutes, once the song starts and then, there's some, hand holding or anything, that would just like change the channel and Discovery. So yeah, then we would like look at turtles underwater and, documentary on whales and all of that.
I hated that. I hated animals. I always hated animals. I was always interested in the engineering. How It's Made was one of my favorite shows.
Okay.
Yeah. They explain like how like a can of Coke.
So
is
we
made.
grew up with Tom and Jerry, Pink Panther, Captain Majid, Arthur, and also Captain Planet and all of that stuff. And then
I was like much older. I was like 14 or so when I discovered like more cartoonish things. Captain Planet, I remember. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh,
yes.
Remember. Yeah.
I remember Freakazoid. That's about it.
Okay. All the whole the Mickey Mouse thing and all of that other stuff was just.
I don't know that.
Okay, that was way younger.
Yeah. I think I had Bambi.
Ripley's Believe It or Not was something that we used to watch. Yeah. Crystal Maze was something we used to watch. That game show?
I didn't watch game shows when I was growing up because I found them boring. But I watched the Twilight Zone a lot. You enter a door.
Okay.
You don't know it?
Not sure about this one now.
Yeah, it's amazing. Twilight Zone.
No, didn't watch this one. Scooby-Doo. Ugh, I found it so boring.
I love it, especially when I love Scooby-Doo, especially now when I'm much older.
Oh, I didn't go back to.
No.
Now we have so much on Netflix.
No, when I'm in America and I can legally smoke weed, that's what I then watch, and then Scooby-Doo and weed is just like this perfect combination. It's amazing. It's just amazing.
Okay.
Hey, you gotta try
Now
it.
we know what you do with your free time.
Yeah, if I'm in America, sure.
In the US,
Yeah.
yes.
Well, I don't know what the fuck you get here. I don't trust that shit. I'd never touch it here. What are you worried for?
Here you don't get anything.
Of course you do.
Okay. I don't know.
Shut.
No, I don't, honestly. I honestly don't.
You're telling me that all the banking sectors here, they're not knee high up to cocaine?
No.
100%.
I have zero idea.
Yeah. Don't worry, we
Okay.
can edit this parts out. It doesn't matter.
No, even if it was going on air, like honestly, I don't have any idea. No. No, I'm serious. I don't. Yeah, but I don't think it's even like worth doing it here because you're building a career and then imagine you get caught and
What are you talking about?
and then you get deported and you're put in jail.
What are you talking about? Coke is so prevalent that the entire banking industry in London is run on it. Goldman Sachs has a hidden room for it.
Wow.
American Express has a special room for it. I know because I have a friend who took so much. He bought so much Coke that his dealer bought himself a Patek Philippe. Consider that for a moment. So so he was using his dealer as his private taxi service. So he'd pick up and drop off.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Can I just repeat myself? I'm learning a lot on your show today.
Well, there you go. So
That's like $100,000 watch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, he's got an issue. He's got a problem.
No, he does.
So-
Is he okay?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, he does it daily. He does it to go to sleep.
So it's like having a glass of wine
For him,
with
yeah.
food.
Yeah. Just snuffing
Red
up the
wine
nose.
because it helps you digest.
Sure. We're trying to go to that level. No, but good for him.
Yeah.
He could have bought a house instead.
Yeah, but yeah.
He has a chauffeur.
And a Patek Philippe.
His dealer has a Patek Philippe.
Okay. This is some story.
Yeah. No, my favorite way was how he explained it to me. He's like, he was like, hey, Hamad, you're never gonna believe this. My dealer has a Patek Philippe, and I was like, oh, must be good. And then he kind of like looked a little upset, like just like a little grumpy, and he was like, yeah, he picked me up, and then he took off the watch and showed it to me, and told me that I'm the one that bought it for him.
Oh my God, that must have hurt.
Added insult to injury.
Oh God.
Yeah.
He shouldn't have done that.
Who cares? Maybe that was the dealer's.
But one day, maybe when he gets into TED Talks
Yeah.
and he talks about this,
Yeah.
saying,
He's gonna
guys-
get a standing ovation.
saying, guys, I want to talk about how these things are addictive. And a lot of these guys, want to come back into and then go to rehab and talk about motivational, these talks wherein they say, so this can be a part of his TED Talk, wherein he says, there's so much wastage with food in Indian weddings that you can actually feed about 1,000 people. I mean,
There was a lot of people in that wedding. But that was some funny stuff. You've never experienced anything wild like that?
no.
What about your own wedding? How was that?
It was a very intimate wedding. 100 people, out of which, and the reception had 300 people, but the nikah was about 100 people. 50 people from my side and 50 people from his side. And That's about it. So it was like, it was with the whole.
Love marriage
It had,
or?
Yeah, it was a love marriage. Yeah.
A lot of pushback on that, or?
What?
Family, a lot of pushback on that.
Not really. Actually, the same thing, the clock is ticking kind of reference.
Yeah.
But there was not I can say there was a lot of pressure. Yeah.
Listen, we started the conversation saying that it's better to be a guy in this world, and I'm going to stick to that, and I'll die on that hill, especially since you use that marketing term of first female entrepreneur.
We agree to disagree, so yeah. And I respect
counter my point. What's so great
about being a woman?
Sure, you give life, but I mean, you require the other half of that equation.
Okay, why is this going back to childbirth and kids?
Because it has to be something that's interesting. No, do you just want to talk about your business that's been alive for 3 months?
No.
So there's your answer.
Say that.
I mean, come on. It's not even born yet properly. Let it grow.
Okay, so what's interesting? I mean, I don't know. We actually have never been asked this before. So I'm thinking about what to say.
I'm happy that I'm the first person who made you question your gender.
Yeah, like what makes you think that it's a better deal to be a woman than a man?
Yes, yeah. Say it more sarcastically and venomous. Go on.
So I can't actually think of.
I said, you're not going to get any more advice from me.
You already told me that was your last one.
No, I said
and then you gave me something else.
The rest of them just going to give it.
I'm just going to keep messaging you on LinkedIn saying, "Hey, thought for the day. What do you have to share with me?"
And I'll tell you the same. I'll tell you right now. Male gender, way better.
Okay, and then I will say agreed. So what is the advice?
I like how you gave up. You're like, whatever, move on.
Anything for business.
It's all about that dollar billy off. So how much money is enough money for you?
Actually, that's the best part. I can't put a number to it because
you're crazy.
Why?
You're crazy.
Because, like when you can get to a level and then you've achieved it, there's a sense of satisfaction. And I will say Alhamdulillah, but then I would want more. And I think that's how we're designed to be, right? Okay. So I'll take back the word we, but that's how.
No, seriously. I mean, listen, I can guarantee it. Every person who's crossed that boundary will tell you almost assuredly that at a certain point, it starts being problems.
Okay. Maybe when I get that kind of money, I will see those problems on my own.
Because then suddenly you're worried about your safety. Suddenly you're worried about like people.
You hire bodyguards.
That's expenditures. You're suddenly worried about people.
But if you have that kind of money, why would you care about hiring bodyguards for your safety?
But you don't think like.
Oh, I'm loving this conversation. I think I'm going to manifest all of this.
Yeah?
Yeah, bodyguards, go to a mall with
But you don't think like Bill Gates, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos are really happy with their lives? You really think that they're sitting there and going they're not worried about people blackmailing them? Like with Jeff Bezos, his fucking brother, the brother of his girlfriend took his dick pics and stick like that and
does he still have the kind of money after his alimony? I mean, do he blackmail?
I mean, $500 million is still $500 million. Or no, sorry, I don't know how much he has now.
Okay,
but it's in the billions.
I know. Elon Musk is very unhappy because we see it on Twitter every day.
Why do you think he's unhappy? You don't think he's just living life?
Is that somebody who is happy and who's mentally stable? I mean, those kind of tweets and the whole employee
you
wash
worked
off.
in media. Come on.
Yes, I do, but now I have he's a genius. Okay,
do you,
he's a great businessman, but he's making a lot of people's lives hell. But that's what I read and I see.
Just for a second, then let's. I just want to put a pin in it for 1 second. Do you not think that a man at that stature makes calculated moves? Do you not think Joe Rogan, Donald Trump, and Elon Musk all three do the same thing, which is you make a dumpster fire, you don't apologize, you move on to the next.
You know why he did that though, right?
It gets you the media attention. We're talking about it.
No. It's also not about the media attention. It's also about the money that he saved.
From what?
So when you're, I think they had to be compensated for about 3 months or 6 months because they were laid off according to their previous contract. So he laid them off, and then he sent an email saying, we miss you, and we thought this was a bad idea. Called them back, renewed their contract, and then fired them again with just 1 month of severance.
Hey, if that's what happened, and if it works, it works. I'm happy that it worked.
Yeah, he saved money.
Yeah.
But then, I mean, okay, I hope.
I mean, none of these people are like struggling, factory workers. I'm not going to feel bad for a guy who's earning, or girl, $150,000.
Yeah, but then
year.
A lot of them are on this particular visa. I'm forgetting the name in the US. I'm sure you know about this.
H2C, whatever. Yeah.
Some business visa or some job visa.
Visa,
yes. Yeah. Wherein they have certain validity, and then if they run past that validity without getting another job, and then they have to move out of. Oh, they don't?
No, they don't.
Okay. I didn't know.
Yep. You can go right now with your Indian passport. You can go to these cities are called sunset cities.
Okay.
New York. I'm not sure if Seattle is part of them, but Los Angeles is. And you can take your passport and you can burn it for all you want. And they will never be able to extradite you as long as you don't commit a crime. Because those are cities that don't commit extraditions.
Okay.
And it can't be like a small crime.
Okay.
It has to be like a severe crime. Like getting caught with weed, for example, is not enough of a reason to deport you from one of those
Okay, like the attempt to murder kind of crimes.
Drunk driving, stuff like that. It has to be either a federal offense or something that's by the by.
Okay.
But you
this I didn't know.
You can go there.
Okay. No, I'm happy here, and I've just launched my business, so I think
there you go.
And I'm going to take up on the Nevada idea.
Yeah, yes. You're going to steal it?
Yes.
Cool, have it.
You gave it to me.
I gave it to you.
Yes.
I didn't remember saying this. Did I sign anything here? What's going on?
Thankfully, it's on record.
Yeah. I have to think about that.
Yeah. And also the fact that you are much, what did you say?
Go on.
The privileged part of being a man.
Yeah.
Right? So all of this is on record.
Yeah. I'm not worried about that. I've said nigger on camera. What do I care? I've pushed the envelope as far as it can go.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. That was a weird one because I got a lot of weird comments about that where I'm
like hate, trolled, what?
No, I mean people are like, "Oh, you can't say that" and stuff like that. And I was like, what?
They were educating you.
Shut up. No.
Sorry.
It's fine. Sorry, I felt like I was in the office there for a second. Did
I remind you of your boss who was a man?
No, that's how I talk to myself.
Oh wait, have you worked with female bosses?
Yes.
What was better, male bosses?
Female?
Yeah.
I felt like I could connect better with the male boss.
Okay. You're just standing very strongly on the point that you made, and you don't want to.
No, I don't have to from that perspective.
You could connect better. How?
Like, well, I've worked weird jobs and I've met weird people. Prime example, when I was working in Atlanta, Georgia, every Friday our boss would take us to a strip club, and this was a B2B business.
Oh, okay. So you connected better.
Exactly. we got
when you said connected better, I was thinking on, okay,
golf?
What is it that, no, I was thinking, what is it that a female boss wouldn't understand? Okay. Oh. So you mean perks are better. Okay.
Yeah, I guess so. And I felt like with a guy, you can, it depends on the level of respect, but I've never felt like I can't joke around with a guy. I never felt that I had to calm down,
measure your words,
measure my words a lot more.
Yeah.
If a client is being a cunt, I can just be like, that client is being a cunt, right? And
but because also there, I mean,
but I wouldn't say that in front of the client, obviously.
Yeah, no. I'm saying in terms of,
hey, you're the client, are you? Right?
No, also because there are a lot of work ethics and all of that in place, right? And in such organizations and.
I mean, yeah. I mean, like banking and stuff like that. You can only.
Were you a banker?
Not so much. No, I was a consultant and I did finance as well, but I never wanted to be in the banking sector itself. But I had to deal with bankers and I had to deal with lawyers, and they're much more uptight in the office. Right?
Yeah, because
because
work
it's corporate
ethics
standards and work ethics.
Yeah.
And that's fine, and there's nothing wrong with it. You don't have to act like you're in high school all the time.
Right.
But when
or maybe go to the pantry and abuse.
Yeah, so yeah, they do that there too. In the bar and whenever it would be like off time, like then that facade would come off.
Okay.
Right, and they would then be like more their general like self.
Right.
And that's the thing I hated most about US, that kind of like fakeness. Exactly. What an actress. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I understand. No? Yeah. Maybe
what about you? You've worked with female bosses?
Yes, I have.
And?
I have. So my stop probing me with your facial expressions. I'm trying to put an answer together.
Immediately.
Because I'm thinking about what to say, right? I just don't want to like blurt an answer.
You want to be political.
No. Honestly speaking, I connected with my male bosses better than I did connect with my female bosses because they would just...
You've got a lot of male energy, so I can... Yeah, definitely.
Thank you. Yeah. So I'm taking that compliment. Okay. So because whatever you would try to tell your female boss, they would always sound like, oh, I've been there, done that. You have cramps? I've been there, done that. But I still showed up to work. And I'm like, I mean, dude, it's not... So
you think your male boss let you got away with that and stuff?
No, they would at least be sympathetic about it.
What would if you...
And they would empathize and they would say, okay,
If let's imagine this power dynamic for a second.
Yeah.
If I was your boss and you came to me, I had cramps, I would look at you like this. I would go,
what does that mean?
What do you want me to do?
No.
That would be my response.
No, so I would just not come to you and tell you I have cramps. I would say, I'm not feeling too well. Can I maybe work from home?
Okay.
And if you said that to a male boss, I
would say yeah.
Yeah, right? You'd say, yeah, you could go. But if you said that to a female boss, they'd be like, I'm not sure if you can, but why don't you just, be here for another 2 hours, finish your assignment, and then maybe, go back home and take a break. And then you just be like, and they'd be like, come on, you're strong. Mm-hmm. You're powerful. Mm-hmm. You can fight this. Can I give you a painkiller? Mm-hmm. And where does that question go? Like, you're not sure if that means, okay, you can have a painkiller, go home, or just stay in the office. So conversations are difficult. Yeah.
No, I agree with that.
And I'm going to change that.
Oh my God, you made my eyes roll backwards.
I'm going to get you eye drops for all the eye rolls today.
Appreciate it. No, I don't know. I felt like with the female bosses, not so much what you were indicating. I felt like because I don't have cramps. I felt like I always had to walk more on eggshells. And I couldn't express certain words or certain ways. Mm-hmm. And I couldn't be, too radical. My pitches and ideas had to be more like toned down.
Right.
I could pitch something very different to a male team head than to a female team head.
Don't you think it's also because you're more comfortable and you feel that it's going to be perceived in a different way?
No.
So you already tone down your ideas or...
Well, it's unfair to me to say that because I'm making a huge generalization on people. But for example, sometimes I'd pitch, especially to my male boss, hey, you know what? If we do X, Y, and Z, we can probably cut staff by 70%.
Okay.
We can get rid of a lot of heads here. Save that fucking cost, buddy.
No wonder you like Elon Musk.
So, I don't like him. I think he's just mastered social media like Trump and like Rogan. So that's the kind of conversation I would have with my boss.
Right.
We'd be like, let's strategic here. Let's cut costs. Let's be efficient here. Blah blah blah. But with the female head of the lead, I would be like, yeah, I think there's methods and ways that we can cut costs. And I think a really great way of being able to do that would be seeing at our payroll whether or not we can let go of some people that simply aren't performing well enough, or maybe we can put systems in place that could help save the company some money. I'd have to express it incredibly differently.
You mean mansplain?
No, not mansplain, because I didn't have to explain it to her because I think she was dumb. I felt like I'd explain it to her that it wasn't radical, or seen as evil.
Right.
Like how you expressed it was evil for a company to cut staff.
Yeah.
In Wall Street, in fact, if you usually cut staff, Wall Street rewards you by increasing your stock price.